Good day, everyone. God bless you. Welcome to my channel. We're still discussing on this part of being born again because no matter how many times you say it, it is very important because it is an entrance qualification for any soul in this world that is seeking to make it to the kingdom of heaven at the end of time. That is why we are seeking it. We are going to the part 2 of it, being born again. In the part 1, we see Christ was trying to explain to a religious man, a Pharisee. A Pharisee, the Bible tells us that for you to be called a Pharisee, you must have memorized the Bible from Genesis to Malachi at that time. And they must be, a rabbi, a teacher, a great teacher, a teacher of high quality in a Jewish religion. So this man also was educated and he was a rich man. But his education and his richness could not purchase him a place in the kingdom because they were going about it the wrong way. So Jesus had to put him through that he had to be, because being a child of God or being in God is greater than running after religion and then taking all the accolade that religion has to offer, all the rank and file, and parastatal in religion. Being in God is bit higher, is higher than all those things. But now look at Jesus talking to the disciple, trying to explain to the disciple in a more explicit way on how it be that you must be born again. In Matthew 18 verse 3, Matthew chapter 18 verse 3, I say to you, he said, unless you change and become like a little children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Therefore, whosoever humble himself like this little child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven, and whosoever welcome a little child like this in my name welcome me. You have to explain, to the disciple in a more detailed language. It was more detailed, it was more insight to the disciples so that they will understand. He tell them categorically that unless you change and become like a little child, there are things in children we need to learn, to learn as an adult, because their way and behavior is not childish. Their way and behavior is full of wisdom. We need to embrace the innocency of a child. As we aspire to make it to heaven, where our greatest aspiration as we are passing through this our earthly journey is to make it to heaven. But we must take note of one thing: the innocency of a child. God wants us to be innocent. God does not like it when is that we are happy, maybe how we are blessed with something, we have things in abundance, and we're just happy because we have it, and we're not caring about others. We are not concerned about the plight of others, because this is what the disciples are arguing. I want to be the greatest, I want to be the chief, and I want to be the one in control so that everything will be, well enough for me, and whether you people get or not, I don't care. That's why Jesus had to tell them that unless you change and become like a little child, you will not enter into the kingdom of heaven. He said, therefore, whosoever will not humble himself like this little child, that will humble himself like this little child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. We need to be humble. Take on the humility of a child. A child can sit on the floor and they feel nothing. A child also have, this faith. He believes that his father is the greatest. Even if the world believes that his father is poor, that child believes that the father can afford anything, and anything he needs, the father will provide. He have total confidence and faith in the father, and they doesn't worry at all. Those are the world of children. That is the way God wants us to accept him. That is the way that God himself wants us to follow him, with full trust, with full belief, trusting our daily life in his hand, because he is, and he is able to take care of us. He is taking care of us today. We are also going to trust him enough that he will take care of us even tomorrow. That is the innocency of a child. The child are innocent. The child have faith. All those things is important. The child are very humble. In the world of children, there are nothing like I'm a doctor, I'm a chief, I'm a chairman, I'm a president, I'm a governor. There's nothing like that in the world of children. They all sit together and have everything together and eat everything in common, and they play together and they love one another. And no one is distinguishing himself saying, I'm a child of a president, therefore I will not play with you, son of a nobody. No, but not the child does not have such, understanding. The child is innocent. That is the way God wants us to be. Forget about your earthly background, forget about your riches in this world, forget about your earthly status and your profile in this life. When you come into the kingdom, become one with everybody you meet there. Coexist, live together. Even if God has placed you high, the Bible expects you to co-descend, sit on the same pedestal with other people that are not as privileged as you are in life, and then have all things in common. Use your high profile to better the lot of other people. That is why in the beginning of the church age, in Act chapter 3, Act chapter 4, the people who have excess property sell some of them and then bring the money, and then distribution was made so that those who are so poor and they cannot afford anything, through that distribution they can be able to come up a little, be able to live a kind of life that is acceptable, a kind of life that is affordable, a kind of life that is expected for him to live. From that penury of poverty, he come up to a level where he can afford things because he have joined the company of a true believer. He have joined the company of the family of God, where people coexist, where people love one another, where people effort is to make sure that everybody is happy. That is our role in being born again. Are you interested in the kingdom of heaven, or you still want to keep your earthly status? I am a doctor, I am a chief. I cannot go down to that gutter with you. Do you know who I am? You are comfortable in such bragging. If you are still like that, you cannot see the kingdom of heaven. If you like, be going to Jerusalem, be sleeping in church, be speaking only in tongue, even if you have that high quality of spirituality that you can pray and something spectacular will happen. If you are not as humble as a little child, you cannot see the kingdom of heaven. That's what Jesus said. It's Jesus that said it, not me. So we must take heed to the words of Jesus. Even if we did not take any other person in this world serious, Jesus is the Son of God. He's the Prince of Peace. He's the soon coming King. He's the one that all our soul will submit to at the end of life. So we must listen to him. And then in this part 2, we have understand how Jesus go into detail in explaining to the disciple that they need to be converted and become like a little child, talking to you, talking to me. Come down from your ivory tower. Come down from your ivory tower. You pastor, you general, you come down, come and become like a little child. Take up the innocency of a child, the belief of a child, the faith of a child, the trust of a child, the humility of a child. If heaven is your goal, if what you are aspiring to get at the end is eternal life, except maybe all you want to get is what you are getting now, the clap of men, your cars, your dollars in bank account, and your name everywhere as a general. If that's all you want to get, then good luck. But if you want to make it to heaven, come down from your ivory tower and become like little children, because Jesus said, except you are converted and become like a little child, you cannot enter into the kingdom of heaven. God bless.